Hey, Kansas City, it's that time of year, season 2 for Speak Up. We're finally back. I know you've been waiting. You've missed us and we've missed you. We've got a lot of fantastic shows for you this year, but today is a very special day for us. It is a day that I get to come back to my neighborhood and I get to talk to people and bring you newness in an old way. So I want to introduce you to one of my good friends, a person that has been working in this neighborhood diligently to try to bring life back to it. And in a time where violent crime is part of the culture, we're going to shift the culture and show you what's happening in the Santa Fe district. Right now, I would like to introduce my friend, Marquita Taylor, who is the president of the Santa Fe Homeowners Association. Thank you for coming on the show. Thank you for doing this with me. You know, this is like perfect. This is a perfect day and a beautiful community. Tell us a little bit about Santa Fe.
Well, first let me say, Kim, I had no idea that you had roots here.
Oh,
that
yes,
makes it
ma'am.
even more important. You know, Santa Fe Area Council has been in existence for a long time, and we have some very, very proud neighbors who've lived here 50, 60 years.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
A strong community, and on the National Historic Register for a couple of things.
Yeah.
We're on the register, one, because of the architectural style homes that you don't necessarily find in the inner core, that are still here, very strong, very beautiful, but also because of the major civil rights activity that went on and allowed Black people to move past 27th Street at a time when we couldn't do it. And when that happened, there was a tremendous influx of the talented 10. Would come in. They moved in great crowds of people. We've got some great strong history of people who've lived here. Satchel Paige, Buck O'Neill, Bruce Watkins, Ollie Gates, Reverend Hartsfield, and there's so many others.
The Hugheses had a house up there. My aunt and uncle lived right there in this house, Dorothy and Booker Moore. I spent a lot of times playing in that yard and visiting Aunt Dorothy after she had her stroke. She was there for years, and we used to come and visit there. But yes, Santa Fe has the history that I mean, people just don't realize how rich it is. And then I come down the street and I look and I say, it is still maintaining that culture, that look, that richness that it always had. So we're going to walk over it because I know that you guys have some things that are going on in this community and that there is an idea of how to change the culture.
Yeah, the best way that I can think of, regardless of what's going on, how do we bring pride back to our neighborhood? How do we get the neighbors engaged? How do we get them to come out of their homes and bring that feeling and keep it here in Santa Fe, which will help dispel the violence and the crime. It's going to take us to make the difference. So I'm so pleased that I finally let go of some few dollars and let a local artist who lives in Santa Fe, who I absolutely love, to bring his passion here to our area here on 28th and Benton.
Wow.
And it's just been phenomenal. The people, the excitement. So I'm just so pleased that it's here.
Right.
That it's ours. And we're just going to grow even further, even more with it.
So in a few moments here, I'm going to introduce you to the artist who's behind, the brainchild behind this. I just want to say that we know that our city is suffering with a lot of violent crime. And some of the ways that we can try to start stemming that crime is through creativity. The arts, the theaters, music, things that can bring release to some of the pain that we're going through. So I want to thank you for coming on.
And it's my pleasure, absolutely.
I want to give this art all of our attention today. I am so excited about this art, and you will be too. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back. So, as I promised, we're back with the brainchild, the person behind all this art and this gallery here on the streets. His name is Terrence Williams, and he had this idea several years ago. So we're going to ask Terrence to take us through why and what made him come up with this crazy idea of having a street gallery. Terrence, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Tell me about you first. Who are you? Where'd you come from?
Well, I was born here in Kansas City, 54 years old, and my name is, they call me T.L. Williams. And I've always loved the arts, from poetry to dance to art, painters, all the arts.
Yeah.
Well, I started with poetry, doing poetry events all over the city, from the Missouri State Capitol to the Nelson Atkins Museum, and I did that a lot, right? Poet of the Month, radio shows that included poets in it, and then I realized there are more arts out there, and I knew a lot of painters. So when the time came in 2020, I believe, we was approved to do this, but a lot of things happened. COVID happened, finance, that happens in the neighborhood. So this year I contacted Marquita and I said, hey, let's do the art gallery this year. It's Juneteenth. A lot of stuff that happened. A lot of prominent things happened during the passing of when y'all voted this in. Black History Month passed, Women's History Month passed, and now Juneteenth. So let's combine those, right? Santa Fe is a historic black neighborhood, right?
Correct.
So let's combine those. I contacted 16 artists, right, last year. So I went back into that old messenger and I said, hey, we on. It's time for us to do this. They was happy. So they come out one at a time or whenever they can, and they paint they mural. I told them, you can create whatever you want as long as it depicts the black family.
Wow.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. So let me ask you this question. So, I mean, when I drove down the street a couple of weeks ago, and I started seeing this art come together.
That's right.
And I was like, okay, who is doing this? Whose idea was this? And you know, the first thought is, oh boy, here we go. Somebody gonna put some graffiti up here. Because all you saw was color.
Right.
And so I said, they done put a bunch of boards up here for people to put graffiti on. Okay, maybe that's a good idea. And I came back through and I started seeing farms. And then you and I are Facebook friends.
That's right.
And you captured these artists as they're going down.
As they was going on.
As they were going on.
That's right. That's right.
And so, in the heart of a community where violence has become an everyday occurrence or almost every week occurrence.
That's right. I rebuke it.
That's right. And in a place where we're sometimes forgotten. We all know that we live east of truth. We're the underserved.
That's right. That's what they say.
So a place that we don't get all the attention, you chose here. Do you live in this community?
I do.
And did you grow up in this community?
No, I've been here for like 6 years.
6 years. So you came here and you saw your vision, that's that artist in you, saw the beauty that we were missing, basically.
Basically.
Yeah. Okay, so tell me why you decided that we wanted to do family. Because, I mean, there's all kinds of black artists.
Well, like I said, the three prominent things has passed in those 3 years that this was approved. Which is Black History Month, Women's History Month, and Juneteenth.
Right.
So I combined all of those together. And with this, like I said, being a historical black neighborhood, Santa Fe, right?
Yeah.
I asked the artists to depict families.
Yeah.
And
so tell me about this artist.
Well, this is Vivian Blewett. I met Vivian probably 2 or 3 years ago.
Okay.
Right. I created a hashtag called Black Paint KC.
Black Paint KC. Okay.
Right. And I didn't have a gallery myself. Right. And there are a lot of galleries, black galleries here in Kansas City. So I hooked up with the Black Archives of Mid-America.
Yeah.
I went in there one day and I looked to the left. I was going to their coffee shop, and I looked to the right, and on their wall they had a painting there. And I was like, "What are y'all doing with this wall? Are y'all putting paintings there?" He said, "Yeah, we have one artist, and that's been up there for a very long time." I said, "Well, can I pick up the project? I know a lot of local artists, and they would love to be on that wall, right?"
Yeah.
So Vivian was one, Linnell Diggs, he was one that I chose for Black Paint KC.
Okay.
And several others. So I was putting these painters in the Black Archives of Mid-America and several barbershops like Joey Cuts and real estate agent offices like Kenesha Sanders Looney.
So I need to hook up with you because I got walls in the Black Chamber.
That's what I'm talking about.
All right.
That's how we network.
Yes. So now, you and I talked a little bit about this painting.
Okay.
This one is one of the latest finishes, right?
Yes, he just finished it a few days ago.
Yeah.
Claude Harris.
Yeah. So tell us about, you know, what you told me about the television.
Okay. As he was painting it, right, I believe Marquita sent me a link about the documentary of Santa Fe, and it was called Land of Opportunity, right?
Yeah.
So I was digging and I watched it all, and there was a lot of members in this video, in this documentary. Houses, familiar houses in it.
Yeah.
And when I came up here, I noticed that Claude was painting the TV, and it was blank. So I said, hey, bro, how about putting the Land of Opportunity in there? You know, cut it off like it's supposed to be there for real.
Right.
And he did it.
And it was perfect.
Yeah,
it's perfect.
Yeah, it's a good talking piece for people to go watch the documentary.
And this depicts family.
It does.
This is mom, dad, and the children. The way I grew up, you know, we would run and jump in my parents' bed with them and be nuisances.
Yeah,
but
that's true.
That is the beauty of true black family. We have black families like this. We're not, you know.
Yeah.
So this is, oh my God. So you know this next piece back here, you and I've talked about, is like my favorite piece, but you know, I am black woman, and black women are the pillar of our communities.
That's right.
And our black men who are like you all always honor and love your moms and the black women in your community. It's always been when I was growing up, you're 54, so you went through it. You had the neighbor's mom and the mom down the street and the auntie that was not really your auntie, but she was a black woman that cared about you, that fed you and made sure that you needed. I love this picture, and this is Linnell Diggs.
That's right.
So this is one that you were saying that's down at, you put her in the... Him.
Also added him to the hashtag Black Paint KC.
Okay.
He was at the Black Archives for a while.
Uh-huh.
Like everybody loved outside art gallery.
Yeah.
And he posted something within the group. There is an outside art gallery group on Facebook, so join us.
Absolutely.
He said he likes charcoal painting.
Oh yeah.
Better than
paint.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this: are your artists even?
They ain't my artists.
Well, and they are in a sense your artists because they're artists within their own self, but you are highlighting them and giving them a space.
Thank you.
So, is there space for them? Because my church did. So we did this for Black History Month.
She did.
We went to one of the black art galleries, and we had them bring in black art for the whole month.
That's nice.
But what we wanted to do in my church, because I'm in a historic black church on 18th and Vine, we want to be able to put black art all over our church and have it where... Centennial.
Yeah,
yes, I grew up there. Yeah.
Gilmore used to be there.
Absolutely. I answered my calling to Gilmore.
Nice.
So we'd like to know if we can put art there. And some people will buy art. You can rotate it out. We would not take anything off of it. We would just want to make sure that we're promoting.
Right.
Yeah. So tell me about this one. Oh my God.
This is Bree Harris.
Okay.
When I started Black Paint KC, it was at a barbershop in the Crossroads.
Okay.
Right. Mr. BJ Cuts, he let me in.
Okay.
And Bree Harris was one of the artists because it was a pop-up art gallery.
Yeah.
It was Tatiana. There was Bree Harris. She got a board out here. She just ain't made it out here yet. There was Tatiana. There was Bree Harris. There was Mad Designs. There was Vivian Blewett. There were several artists that were supporting my hashtag, and Bree Harris was one of them. So I had to get her out here.
This reminds me of Swope Park when I was a kid.
Yeah.
You know, we used to go out to Swope Park and have the shelter house, and we'd be playing, and you'd have dad or uncles, and they would be cooking. This really meant cousins playing. This is really cool.
You know what this reminded me of, and I just found it out a week ago? There was a shelter 11, where only blacks were supposed to go to in Swope Park.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
So when I seen this, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
This could be that.
It was. There was.
Yeah.
There was. Wow, generations.
Yeah. Generations.
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 Oh my goodness.
This is Adrian Clayton.
Oh my goodness.
And that's just what she told me. It represents different generations.
Yeah.
Of
when I saw this on Facebook, that was immediately what I thought. And this is the matriarch, the queen.
Right, that's right.
I mean, it was just like, these are all princesses in waiting, but your queen is your matriarch, and she is the head of the throne. Yeah. This is beautiful.
Yeah, it is. It
is. You know, and I always say this, my black is beautiful.
That's right.
My black is beautiful, and black women, black men, we have a culture that I think is underrepresented, and underserved, but
not no more.
Not no more.
Not no more.
Not no more. We're doing some things down here. Oh my goodness. And we got an artist down here, and I'm gonna
Mr. Warnell Lyons.
Mr. Warnell Lyons. I get to catch somebody in action. In action. This is how it starts, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. This is really nice. I wasn't expecting to get to catch an artist at work.
Right.
Wow. So, and we're not going to keep you, we're not going to interrupt you, because I know you creatives, boy, when you get in your zone, you don't need to be bothered. So let me move on. Mom, cuz, aunt, dad, net, pop, sis, moms, bro. Yes.
This is Ken Savage.
Yes, this is what we call our people.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes, this is what you call your people.
Ken Savage did this. It's unfinished. He hit me up a few days ago and said he would be out here. And for people who, if the name's up there that's not up there, he got a spot right here where you can write it in.
Oh, wow.
You can write it in, he'll come back and he'll put it in.
And put it in there.
Yeah.
So
if you don't see the name up there.
I see they got pop-up. So there's a lot of people that put names up here.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
We need to put, I see Gigi up there. I just want to make sure they got Gigi up, because I'm Gigi.
That's how artists do.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Yeah, artists.
Look at all of this.
Yeah, look at this one.
This is something that I definitely love, especially for our young black girls today.
Anna Goodwin did this one.
Oh, wow.
Anna Goodwin.
I need to meet with her, too, because we're going to start a program with black women, or young black girls.
Nice.
Because I think they forget that they are pretty, they are beautiful, they are confident, and they don't have to push through life. They just have to be.
That's right.
And this is so wonderful.
Yeah.
So these pieces, I know we talked about a little bit about these pieces are going to rotate. And before I go over here, because this is probably the piece that I'm going to talk the most about.
Okay.
But these pieces will rotate out eventually, and new artists will come in. So there will be an opportunity for artists to continue this. This is so wonderful.
Yeah.
This is so wonderful.
Thank you.
I mean, boy, in that little bitty head, you got all that up there. All that up there just rolling around.
Yeah.
And we forget how much talent is in our city and in our community.
Yeah,
I mean, we have a lot of talent.
A lot of talent here in Kansas City.
So this piece right here is and I'll say it's rivaling one of my other favorite pieces. This represents the power of the black family.
That's right.
This is the dad and the child
and
the son.
That's right.
The need for our dads to recognize who they are.
That's right.
And what they represent. These are our kings.
That's right. See the crown?
I see the crown.
You see the crown?
I see the crown.
Remy Wari did this. You can find her on Reality.
Representation, all black men should remember this is who you are. You are the leader in our community. You are the head of the household. You are the backbone. And you don't have to be anything other than that.
Right.
And I love the vine, what it represents.
That's right.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Terrence, this is so amazing. So tell me, what do you have in mind coming up? I know we've got a blank canvas going the opposite direction.
Yeah, we got a few blank canvases.
We got artists already signed up to come in to create on the other side of the canvases.
That's right.
So eventually, on both sides, they'll be done.
They'll be done.
And then they'll be rotated out.
They'll be rotated out to another neighborhood.
Kind of like the hearts. We're going to put them in the...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like the hearts.
I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it.
Thank
We're
you.
going to get them in Blue Hills next.
Okay, contact me.
Yeah.
Let me know.
Oh, yes. No. The park in Blue Hills would be the perfect spot for this.
Well, we got to get permission from the city.
Oh, I'll work on that. I'll work on that.
Okay.
Let me work on that. I'll run the
Okay.
Heart and Black Chamber. I know the city,
Okay.
and the city manager is my friend.
Okay, good.
Brian Platt, if you're out there listening to me, we want this in Blue Hills. So I'm going to say, what do you have coming up next? What are some of the things you want to do to expound on this or expand it or make it more visible to communities?
What I really want to do is, like I said, put it in different neighborhoods, beautification.
Yeah.
I want to eventually hook up with the city.
Yeah.
And hook up with Land Bank and beautify these vacant lots.
Yeah.
If there's homes that need repairs, let's board them up.
Yeah.
And make those boards art.
Pieces of art.
Pieces of art.
Yeah.
So
until we can get them sold and cleaned up and somebody living in them.
That's right.
It makes sense. It makes sense. So I know that we also talked a little bit about maybe possibly having a gallery opening.
That's right.
Here.
That's right.
A true gallery opening.
That's right. This is a gallery.
Because this is a gallery.
Right here on 28th and Benton.
Tell us how we can help make that possible. What can we do?
Well, just tell everybody. Let everybody know.
Okay.
Sponsor us somehow.
Okay. Give us some dates.
I will.
Give us some dates.
It's going to be
probably at
the end of this month.
You are being blessed because you are you're being a part of Speak Up, which is hosted and filmed by Televida. Televida is who takes care of us, and this is who my show comes through.
Yeah.
And we are so excited to be in this community. And so at this time, I want to say thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming to allowing us to come to your gallery in this community.
All are welcome.
To see that there is something exciting and electric going on in the Santa Fe area.
That's right.
And that everyone is welcome.
That's right.
And if they stay tuned, you will see that there is going to be a gallery opening. And we're going to invite everybody from every neighborhood to come.
That's right.
and look at the artists and look at the art.
That's right.
And we're going to one day, one time, every day, work toward opening up the art world and creative world.
Thank you.
Hopefully we'll have some spoken word since you
are from
the spoken word world. So tell us anything you want to tell us, anything you want to say.
I want to thank everybody for supporting the Outside Art Gallery by Santa Fe. I want to thank all the artists, the present artists and the future artists that will be painting here. And I want to thank the Black Chamber of Commerce. Thank you so much, and just stay blessed.
So you have it. This ends my first episode of season 2 for Speak Up. This is awesome. I can't tell you enough. Thank you, Televida. We're back and we're together for another year of fun, learning, and speaking up in the community. We want to thank you for being here. We ask you to speak up to someone, love everyone, and be kind everywhere you go. See you next week on Speak Up.